10 ways to avoid hormone-disrupting chemicals. You may remember learning in biology class that our bodies are run by a network of hormones and glands that regulate everything we do. Most often, we think about this system, the endocrine system, as the context of puberty. But it actually plays a starring role in all phases of development, metabolism, and behavior. Here's the bad news. Synthetic chemicals in products like plastics and fragrances can mimic hormones and interfere with or disrupt the delicate endocrine dance. We're exposed to these chemicals daily, and we're especially vulnerable to them during phases of accelerated development, in utero and throughout childhood. We have very tight windows of when, say, our brain and liver are made, explains Christy Pullen-Fednick, an NRDC staff scientist. When a hormone-disrupting chemical gets in the way during these windows, it can change the way these processes happen. The change is often irreversible. Yes, it sounds scary, but we aren't without recourse. While NRDC works to get better safeguards in place, there are ways you can try to steer clear of endocrine-disrupting chemicals, or EDCs. Here's how. 1. Wash your hands. If you follow just one piece of advice from this list, make it this small, easy thing. Wash your hands frequently, avoiding fragranced and antibacterial soaps, and always before eating. You'll rinse a substantial amount of chemical residue down the drain. 2. Dust and vacuum often. Even though they're linked to hormone disruption and cancer too, flame-retardant chemicals are used in many common household products. Research shows that these chemicals escape from electronics, couches, and baby products and collect in your household dust. Most families don't have the budget to replace all these items with flame-retardant-free versions. But we can all afford to keep our house clean by dusting with a damp cloth and using a vacuum with a HEPA filter, which traps small particles of dust instead of blowing them around the house. You'll also reduce your exposure to other chemicals that can accumulate in your home, like lead in older buildings, phthalates, and fluorinated chemicals. 3. Turn up your nose at fragrances. The word fragrance on a label signifies a mix of potentially hundreds of ingredients, and the exact formulas of most companies claim are trade secrets. But we do know that phthalates, one class of chemicals typically found in fragrance, can disrupt hormones. Fortunately, fragrance isn't necessary for a product to function well or be effective. Choose fragrance-free creams, cleaning products, and laundry detergents, and check ingredient labels to find out where else fragrance lurks. It can show up in unexpected places, such as diapers or garbage bags. For safer ways of freshening your indoor air, open windows, use fans, and empty stinky trash cans and litter boxes instead of trying to cover them up. You can also turn to natural odor busters, like fresh flowers on the kitchen counter, citrus peels in the garbage disposal, or an open box of baking soda in the fridge. 4. Think twice about plastics. We're surrounded by plastic. It's wrapping our food, bottling our conditioner, encasing our phone. And some plastics contain hormone-disrupting chemicals. One commonly used shatterproof plastic, PC number 7, can contain bisphenol A, commonly called BPA, and flexible vinyl, PVC number 3, contains phthalates. These chemicals are known EDCs. The science varies on how much of a risk these combined exposures pose in everyday life, but recent research shows even very low-dose exposures can be significant. You can't eliminate all plastic, but you can take some easy steps to reduce your plastic use. Swap plastic food storage containers with glass or stainless steel. If you do keep plastic ones, don't use them to store fatty foods and never microwave them. Replace plastic baggies with reusable lunch bags and plastic cling wrap with beeswax-coated cloth. Choose hard wood blocks and cotton baby dolls over plastic ones. In short, anytime you're in the market for something plastic, research whether safer alternatives exist. 5. Say no can do to cans. Canned foods can make meal prep a breeze, but those cans are likely lined with BPA to keep them from corroding. Even cans labeled BPA-free may use a similar chemical that hasn't been proved any safer, according to a study in the journal Environmental Health Perspectives. Choosing fresh, frozen, or dried foods like beans that aren't packaged in cans is a smart preventative measure. Aseptic brick cartons or glass packaging are both better than cans. 6. Watch what you eat. Certain pesticides have been linked to hormone disruption. Eat organic food as much as you can afford to. If your food budget is tight, choose conventionally grown foods known to have the least amount of pesticide residue. As a general rule of thumb, try to eat food that is as close to the whole as possible. A whole roasted chicken instead of processed chicken nuggets, for example. When you can, avoid food packaging, and consider how you prepare food as well. EDCs can hide in non-stick pots and pans, so cook in stainless steel or cast iron instead. 7. Filter your tap water. Drinking tap water out of a glass will reduce your exposure to BPA and other chemicals in cans and plastic bottles. But tap water can contain a bevy of its own potential hormone disruptors, including residue from birth control pills, according to NRDC's Drinking Water Project. Running water from the tap through an NSF-certified water filter can, when properly installed and maintained, decrease the level of some endocrine-disrupting chemicals. 8. Rethink kids' cosmetics. Children don't need cosmetics, yet there's a glut of kid-related lotions and potions, bubbles and polishes, glosses and glitters on the market. These can contain a number of EDCs, not to mention chemicals linked to cancer, asthma, and skin irritation, that make them smell good, glide on smoothly, and be otherwise irresistible to kids. Just say no and leave that perfect baby skin be. For lotions, sunscreens, and soap, check the Environmental Working Group's Skin Deep Cosmetics database. In general, the fewer products you use with the least amount of ingredients, the better. 9. Clean smarter. While cleaning, many of us actually introduce outdoor air pollutants into our homes in the form of harsh chemical products. It's difficult and often impossible to know what chemicals any given cleaning product contains because the companies aren't required to list the ingredients on the label. To encourage transparency and safer products, buy from companies that voluntarily disclose their ingredients. And look for the Safer Choice label. You can also easily make your own cleaners from safe household staples like vinegar and baking soda. 10. Speak out. Tell companies, agencies, and policymakers that we need systems in place to make sure that toxic chemicals like EDCs, phthalates, and fluorinated chemicals stay out of our food, water, or homes in the first place. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications to see more of our future videos. With that said, keep enjoying our videos, and I'll see you in the next video.